Well, Tom, welcome back to another Why We Made It series in a long line of videos we've done because we've done a lot of things.
We've been busy making it.
That's right. So, this time, service appointment dashboard. Why did we make this? What was the inspiration?
Yeah, well, honestly, we had a lot of dealers asking. In post-COVID times, inventories were starting to come back, and dealers need cars, right? And so they loved our safety net capabilities, but they're like, hey, the best shot to sell this customer a car is while they're actually here at the dealership. And we're like, you know what, that's a great point. And so we went ahead and worked with a couple of our higher performing dealers and built out a service appointment dashboard. And we took a lot of their feedback of like what they didn't like with the current products they were using or products they'd used in the past, like what was missing, kind of a thing. What did their salespeople need to make it really easy to cherry pick the best cars each and every day in that service drive. And so that's what we built and why we built it.
Let's take a look at it.
Absolutely. Just kind of give everybody maybe a high level flyby. I think probably one of the things to point out first and maybe foremost is we actually give you up to 2 weeks worth of your service appointment data. So pretty
Yep.
much one of the big pieces of information that we got back from our dealers was at best they only got 1 or 2 days worth of service appointments, and it's really difficult to actually build out your day if you don't have the data enough data early enough in the process, basically. So you realize, okay, wow, we really need to give them much more data up front so they can kind of build out their days. And we also built a best practices guide, 3 easy steps basically to get the most out of this dashboard and really knock it out of the park with your team. What we found is we make it easy for the salespeople or for the BDC, whoever's making these calls and meeting customers in the service drive. It really generates a lot of great conversations and activities. But so what the dealers asked for, and you guys can see down the left side there, there's a green and red blocks basically. And what we're doing, we're just showing you potential equity. So we're taking all of that customer data, trade valuation data, and letting you know right up front, hey, here's a customer that potentially has equity, right? So you can again start the cherry pick process. But I think the things that get more interesting for me, as you see in the next column over, there's customer data. That shows you who set the appointment, right? So a lot of the systems were showing who owns the vehicle, which is also really important from the sold historical data, right? And that, but like what happens if a different person's bringing that vehicle in for service? Like you need to know that up front, so the salespeople don't look dumb, or the BDC doesn't sound like they don't know what they're talking about, right? So it seems like a most basic, simple thing, but it's really important. So the customer record there is who set the appointment, right? But then over in the service detail section, you see over right down below the vehicle information, the miles, the color, and the VIN. By the way, the VIN is so you can easily copy and paste it right into your trade evaluation tool. So used car sales managers love to use this to really easily see the value and send the salespeople out to that car. Sometimes they walk out themselves to those customers when they're in the service drive. But it then gives you the sold date, who it's actually titled to. So again, this may be a different person that's bringing it in for service, and then who sold it at the dealership. So you literally have everything you need right there in this real quick line item view to go cherry pick that lead potentially, right? Who the service advisor is going to be and what they're going to be having done while the car is in is also right here on this screen. So already some subtle differences from what is available in other systems and other products, but here's where things deviate pretty dramatically. On that far right column where it says actions, you'll notice that there is an email capability and a text capability. So what this does is when your salespeople pre-call these customers to confirm the appointment and then offer to give them a trade value while the vehicle's in. So there's like that's a very simple, easy way for them to have success with this program. Over half those people will say, I love my car, or I don't want another payment, or they'll have some objection basically. And what this tool allows you to do right there on the spot is like, well, hey, would you like me just to send you a link where you can take a look anytime you want to, Mr. Customer? And if they say yes, which a high percentage of them will, they can just click that button, send the email right to that customer immediately, or they send a text opt in right to that customer immediately. So it's an amazing way, as they're doing the work, the salespeople are doing the work to actually set trade evaluation appointments while it's in the service drive. it's very easy for them when they get an objection to just easily engage that customer and let the customer come back when they're ready for it. Basically, it's just a cool way to continue the engagement process without being too obtrusive and easy for the salespeople. But I will tell you where this is also getting used and really cool is having set the appraisal evaluation, for example, or missing that customer. Maybe they dropped the vehicle off in the morning and then come back till later in the night, and the salesperson wasn't available to talk to him at that point. This is also a cool way to, while they're there, to just send them a quick offer. It's like customers like meet him in the service drive. They take a look at that. Hey, you know what, Tom? I know I said I'd like a trade evaluation. Just not ready to do anything right now. You can still send them a link, right? You can still send them a link and let them play around with their trade evaluation. Let them play around with all your inventory, new and used, all from that link that's sent out. So it can be sent pre-service appointment. It can be sent right there on the spot while they're actually in the service drive, waiting on their car right now. And if none of that stuff happens, we still have the full safety net capability, right? So it's already, when that RO closes, is going to send out the offer anyway. So we built this 360 solution now for dealers, right? They can do pre-service appointment, they can do it while the customer is actually physically there, or we'll catch it anyway if it qualifies once the RO closes. So we kind of got you covered all the way around now with the service dashboard.
Yeah. And Tom, if you don't mind scrolling down, you can see this third one in the example here where, when they bought their car, who they bought it from, and then all the way on the right, you can see that they received an email through the automation before, and
Yep.
it's been a year and 3 months.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's showing them basically every text and every email that we've already tried, so you can see the intervals, and you can know exactly how we've already communicated with that customer. Real value there is clearly this is a kind of a drip style campaign, if you will, and in that it is nurturing this customer, right? And you'll never know really unless you just keep offering when something changes in that customer's life that says, oh, you know what? I went from not wanting another payment to I need to look at a vehicle again, right? Or I need another vehicle. And so the trick is making sure you're there in front of them when that time comes, making it really easy for them to re-engage with the dealership.
So the service appointment dashboard, the marriage of owning the manual process along with having a backstop of automation to go in behind you when you don't feel like doing it or might have missed a little thing. Pretty powerful. Thank you, Tom.